A quick heads up, the next story also has some nudity, so it might not be safe for work either. The Church of Norway is up in arms over a music video by the artist Tooji. In the video, Father is out. Tooji comes out as gay by walking into a church and proceeding to simulate sex with the priest in front of the congregation, as you can see in this video. The video culminates when Tooji and the priest spread their wings literally and ends with an equality sign. In a statement on Sunday, the Bishop of Oslo said that, quote, no matter what the video's message might be or who the artist might be, footage of intimate scenes in the front of an altar is unacceptable, and it is an abuse of the church. Joining me now to discuss the video is the artist himself, Tooji. Hey, Tooji.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks so much for joining me.
Nice to be here.
All right, so what was the message that you wanted to convey in this video?
You know, the main message here was that I wanted to show that homosexual love is pure and it's a part of God, because I have a lot of frustration regarding how religion has affected society. Because of religion, there has been centuries of prosecution, exclusion, and discrimination. And being gay has been something that has been shamed with words of sodomy and sin. And because of this shame, there is an overrepresentation of gays regarding statistics and suicide, harassment, violence, and mental issues. So I think it's very important that especially the youth doesn't feel that shame that has been brought upon us because of religion.
Now, a lot of the news reports about this video said that this was your big coming out.
Yeah, it was my big coming out, and I thought about, because I always had that idea that, you know, what gender I like, that has nothing to say about me as a person, you know, who I love, whatever. And straight people, they don't need to come out, so why should I if we're talking about real equality? But then I met somebody that talked to me last year, that just came up to me, a random person that was working for this emergency hotline, the suicide hotline, and he told me that a lot of gay minorities coming from, you know, a different ethnical background, or when it comes to religious backgrounds, they are both, you know, they're not accepted by their families and they're not accepted by their God. And a lot of these people that have kind of figured out that I'm gay, they use me as a motivational story. And that really hit me. That really gave me the idea to write the song, Father, to write the script, to make this video.
I definitely agree with you that visibility can really change people's minds. Why did you decide to film this in a real church as opposed to in a studio?
Because I wanted to be real. Of course, we're not having real sex, but I wanted this to be real and a part of the church. The church said that, you know, when I gave them the project and the details about the project, they were totally positive about this. Well, all the churches in Oslo and the district of Oslo, they said no, except this one church. And so when we started recording this, then they started to get nervous, and then they kind of understood what kind of effect this would have. And it really, the effect that it had is that it really divided the country. I didn't know that like a music video could have such a big effect, but it's a huge debate going on, and we really see when we made this video come out and this boom about me coming out with this video, we see what real reactions are out there, because Norway is known for being one of the most liberal, gay, you know, friendly places. But is that really true? Because many of the people usually having a moderate attitude against gays are actually showing their true faces, and it's ugly. The whole, you know, I have nothing against gays, but burn in hell.
Right, I have nothing against gays, but I don't want to see you get married in front of me, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about, you know, I have nothing against gays, but, you know, I don't want to see them, you know, what is being gay? You know, sex and making love is a part of being gay. And when the church is going out and saying that, you know, we don't accept that side, actually that's not true, because half of the church is supporting the LGBT movement. But the thing is, we got in Norway a law of discrimination for the first time in 2014, not allowing any form of discrimination against gays equally to the color of skin, but with one exception, the church. So the church can freely discriminate and be blessed by the government, because the same government is actually paying the church with our tax money, and the people working at the church government are government, the people working at the church are government employees. So what kind of signal does that send out to our youth? Like, yes, you should be ashamed?
Well, now you mentioned that your video has created this really big divide. Would you say that the LGBT community is more accepted in Norway, say, than in more other conservative countries?
Most definitely, they are much. We come a long way, but we're not there yet because each church, with each council, they decide if they want to have gays getting married in their church or having a gay priest, and I don't think with this law of discrimination that should also apply to the church. It shouldn't be each church council that has that decision.
All right, Tooji, well, we're going to keep following the reaction to your video. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.